Welcome to NEXTGames, the Journey of CyberLogic series, a guide to Final Fantasy XI. This is Episode 4, Subjob Quest. Now this series is going to cover the travels of CyberLogic as he progresses through the world of Vanadiel. Now it's going to show new players how to get to endgame content using the game's current systems. Now in our last episode, we had just finished achieving Rank 2 in Sandoria and achieving Level 18. Now we had spent roughly 4 hours thus far in our playthrough. Now in this episode, we're going to work on doing the Subjob quest through Rhapsodies of Vanadiel so that we can start using Subjobs. Now once you have zoned into one of these starting zones with a character of level 3 or higher, the cutscene for Rhapsodies of Vanadiel that you're seeing right here will automatically trigger. Now after you've gotten this cutscene, the next step in your Rhapsodies of Vanadiel mission path will be to head to Selbina. To get there, you're going to travel on foot through West Ronfaur to Lathine Plateau. You will then travel across the plateau until you get to the desert of Valcrum Dunes. Once you're in Valcrum Dunes, in the very center of the map, you should find the small town of Selbina. Now upon entering Selbina, we are immediately put into a cutscene progressing us on the Rhapsodies of Vanadiel Missions to Mission 1-2. Now in the distant past, this is not the way we would normally unlock our subjobs. Originally, there was a subjob unlocking quest that would involve getting certain drops from around the desert. With the emergence of Rhapsodies of Vanadiel, they have added all kinds of new ways to attain things in the game as you progress through them. It is this Rhapsodies of Vanadiel path that I will be showing in this particular walkthrough. Now alternatively, if you want to experience a little bit of nostalgia, or didn't play the game back in the day and want to know exactly what it was like, go ahead and follow the Subjob unlocking quest Elder Memories that will have you get a Damselfly Worm, Magic Skull, and Crab Apron from the different mobs out there in Valcrum Dunes, and trading all of those pieces will also allow you to unlock Subjob capabilities. Now once you are out of the cutscene and have entered Selbina, you will head for the NPC named Naylina at the mayor's residence. Now in the cutscene shown, she will request 3 bee pollens from us. Now these drop about 10% of the time from Huge Wasp near the Crag of Dem in the zone of Conchat Highlands. To get there, we will need to head out of town and back into the desert, this time heading for the zone of Conchat Highlands. Now in the Highlands, we head for the large crag that can be seen from quite some distance away, and kill all of the bees we find in the surrounding area until we have our 3 bee pollen. Now this can take many kills. If you go by the odds, as many as 30 bee kills, so you're going to be here for a little while. Now there are 14 to 15 bee spawns around this particular crag. I recommend you use your wide scan ability underneath the map to single them out and chase them down. Now when we first entered Selbina a few minutes ago and spoke with Naylina in this room, that ended up completing Mission 1-3 for Rhapsodies of Vanadiel. Now that we've farmed our 3 bee pollen, we want to come back to the same room and trade those 3 bee pollen to Abelard here. This will complete Mission 1-4 and reward us with Gigamesh's introductory letter. Once we have this, we can go outside this room and trade it to an NPC just outside, which I'll show you in a minute, that will allow us to unlock subjob capabilities. Now if this is your first time playing Final Fantasy XI, you may not know what subjobs are, so let me take a brief minute to explain. Subjobs are the single best way to add additional capabilities and abilities to your main job character. Your subjob will always be exactly half the level that the main job currently is. So let's use some examples. Right now, I am Red Mage, and I am level 20. If I was going to use a subjob, I could use any of the 5 jobs that we currently have access to, which are Warrior, Thief, Black Mage, White Mage, and Monk. Let's just say I wanted to add Black Mage as a subjob. Well, in my current situation, my Black Mage is level 1, so this would mean I would have a main job of Red Mage at level 20, and all of the abilities, spells, and weapon skills that job and skills would have access to, and then a Black Mage subjob of level 1, and of course, all of the abilities, spells, and weapon skills that job would have access to. Now obviously a level 1 Black Mage is going to add only a small amount of abilities and spells that we can currently use, but the point is we can now level that Black Mage as high as level 10 and we will be able to take advantage of all the spells and abilities for up to that job at level 10. So therefore, in that instance, we would have a red mage of level 20 and a black mage sub-job of level 10. This becomes much more useful, and as we progress through the game, it becomes the single best way, as I've said before, to add abilities and spells to your current main job. At the end of the game, when you're level 99, you will have a sub-job at all times of level 49 that is one of the other 21 jobs in the game. Now, after we get our Gilgamesh's introductory letter, we come outside of the mayor's office and come down the stairwell to Asakshio here. Doing so will now finally award us with the ability to use sub-jobs. Now, at this point in the journey of CyberLogic, we have spent roughly 6 hours of playtime. In that time, we have gained access to Trust and can summon 3 of them at one time. We have signed up for Unity and have started to complete ROE objectives. We've also finished Rank 1 and gotten to Rank 2 at Sandoria. Additionally, we have completed through Mission 1-4 of Rhapsodies of Vanadiel, unlocking our sub-job access. We've also leveled our Red Mage while accomplishing all of this to level 22. Now in the next video in this series, Episode 5, we will be quickly leveling Black Mage to be a proper sub-job for our Red Mage, and then heading off to take on our Rank 2 missions before we journey abroad throughout all of Vanadiel and visit the other 2 starting nations. 2 last quick notes before we go. The first is, if at all possible, try to log into Final Fantasy XI and your character each day and sign up for the 3 Unity objectives, even if you can't complete them right then. These Unity objectives have been spoken of in the previous videos, but they are: speak in the Unity channel once, kill 10 mobs with your Unity leader, or kill 30 mobs altogether. If you complete these each day, you will maintain use of your Unity leader, and in our case, finally gain access to them. A prime example of what I mean is right here, as I hadn't been able to play this character for about a week. However, I had logged in each day to undertake all of those Unity objectives. As you can see, now that we had an opportunity to complete them, I was able to complete and get the experience for all of them, and now have access to Yoran Oran. The last and final note of the video I wanted to make is not to waste your gil on gear at this early stage of the game, as most of it is not worth the price you're going to pay. Instead, use it for things like spells, or just save it for later on. All of this gear that you see here, we have acquired by just opening the brown chest around the maps that appear as we've been killing mobs in this journey of CyberLogic. The only exception to this is you may want to upgrade your weapon if you are a damage dealer and keep it doing the most damage as possible, but with Trust and how strong they are these days, that isn't quite as necessary as it used to have been. That's going to be it for Episode 4 of the Journey of CyberLogic. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Stay safe and stay healthy out there.